we're Chemical and Quintet, and this is our app, Element Quest.
So, I'm currently taking chemistry, and at the beginning of the year, I had a really hard time. Chemistry students are required to memorize the periodic table, and it can be very hard since there's a lot of information, which makes it confusing, and yeah. From our market research, we found that 1.3 million students in the United States each year enrolled in high school level chemistry have this problem too. This leads us to estimate a market size of about $4 million for our app. Our solution is to make the periodic table easier to understand through a portable app that makes it learning, that makes the learning more fun and interactive.
So Element Quest is made for chemistry students, and it's to help them memorize the periodic table because chemistry students, like she said, are required to usually memorize it. And it's based on the game Where's Waldo, which is like the guy with glasses and red and white stripes. And it's also very helpful for students because the pictures in their app is like, you get to like recognize the elements because they're in like day-to-day life like scenarios. Okay, so these are screenshots of the app that we've created, and the instructions are right there. So if you click the start button, you're directed to a picture of the periodic table. So all the elements are there. So for instance, if I were to click helium, I would be taken to this scene. And by the way, all the scenes are hand-drawn by myself. Since our game is based on the concept of Where's Waldo, there's like a hidden image in the scene. So we know that helium is found in balloons, right? So we have to look for the balloons. And if I were to click the balloons, the information about helium is all given. We made our app in such a way that the atomic number of helium is 2, so we made 2 balloons so that they could relate and remember that. And also we give a fun fact. I bet none of you knew that. I bet no one knows that helium is used to treat asthma.
No.
I didn't know.
So we plan to market our app to individuals. We will have it for free at first, and then you'll be able to use it and use 10 different elements and get the information about the elements. And after that, you'll have to buy a section of the periodic table for 99 cents. There's gases and metals, and they'll be each 99 cents. We also will market it towards schools, and schools can buy it as a study guide for their students. And each student, it would cost $3 if the school is buying it, or $25 per 10 students if they're buying it in bulk for their class.
So there are apps out there who have the same goal as us to help students learn the periodic table. But what makes ours more unique is that it's fun and interactive, but it's also more visual, so they know when they go outside, when they see something, they instantly think, oh, I learned this in the app, I know this, I can take, and when you go to school and you take the test, you'll be, oh, I learned this too in the app, so I don't have to worry about this anymore, and you'll be more confident about yourself. The competition usually uses flashcards and quizzes, but for us, we only use visuals because we know that a lot of people are more visual learners, so that when they see something, they'll memorize it better.
For the future, we hope to be able to do a bundle with textbook companies, and when school buys a bulk of textbooks, there will be a code in the textbook, and it'll help students study with the app and the textbook, because textbooks are helpful. They do help students, but this app will just be like a plus. And we also hope to expand the content and add little fun games to it. Thank you.
Guys, I should congratulate you on what looks like a very well thought out marketing plan and business plan, so thank you for that. A question I have is, it seems to me that what you're thinking about selling to teachers and classrooms is kind of the same thing that you're going to be selling on an individual basis, and I was wondering if you've thought about adding additional functionality so that a teacher can design quizzes or check on students' progress or something extra that would make it more appealing in a classroom setting?
Yeah, we definitely plan for the future to have quizzes so teachers can, like, if a school buys it, then they can assess where the children are and how far along they are and how well they've memorized the certain elements and what they do.
How many elements have you drawn the board for so far?
Since it's a prototype, I only drew for helium, but I plan to draw for more.
How long will it take you to do the whole periodic table, do you think?
A while. I want to draw that, so I guess it'll take a while.
It looks great.
Yeah, wicked impressive. A related question is whether any of the elements have stumped you in terms of how you will represent them in a Where's Waldo setting?
We found, like, online, we found where these elements are found. If you look at the picture that we have in our slide, it shows, like, where each element is found, so we plan to, like, draw it that way.
Yeah, I thought the correlation between the elements and having to find an individual drawing that represents them was very, very clever. Just curiously, how did you come up with the pricing scheme? Did you do any research there, or was it looking at what other people are charging, or did you end up talking to teachers?
Well, we looked at a lot of different apps, and a lot of the apps that we saw, they were a lot more expensive. We saw some that were 99 cents, but they were super basic, and then we saw some that were like $5 or more. And we thought that students aren't going to want to spend a ton of money on this app, and if they just want to buy it, they can buy it for free at first, and then they'll just get the elements they need. But let's say they need all the elements, and they'll have to pay for more. And we thought that $3 in all was a good, like, reasonable price for that, and we would all buy it if we were in chemistry.